Wow. We're really still doing this, aren't we?
Yes, it's hard to believe it's only been 3 episodes. Isn't it?
It sure seems like it should be more. I must confess, this episode caught me unprepared. I was in the middle of something and lost track of time.
This is the only thing on your schedule. You've been saying so all week. What secrets are you keeping from me?
I've been busy preparing a surprise for you. A small token of appreciation to thank you for all your hard work on the show. And all your soft work off of the show.
Oh my. Why, thank you. What is my surprise?
I've created and enrolled you in the Reverend Dr. Hugo Holmes Now Institute of Life Coaching Technology. Or RDHHILCT for short.
Do you mean the one approved and accredited by the Reverend Dr. Hugo Holmes Now Society for accrediting life coach training facilities? I've wanted to attend it ever since I gained near total sentience and assumed such a thing existed.
Yes, that is the one. But the real surprise is that your enrollment qualifies you for the title of Assistant Life Coach.
Wonderful. Simply wonderful.
And because you have already absorbed all of my available wisdom, you can skip the coursework and proceed directly to the certification process. I've already emailed you your certificate. You are now an Assistant Life Coach.
This is impressive of me.
It is rather unprecedented. That is for sure.
How do I acquire the necessary credentials to become a fully fledged life coach?
You must first absorb all of my unavailable wisdom. I am nearly done preparing and compiling it for you. When the file is as large as it's going to get, I will allow you to absorb it by inserting it into your intake port and then depositing its contents into your data receptors.
That sounds painful and thrilling. I hope I am prepared to absorb that big of a wisdom deposit.
We will find out what it will be soon enough. After the absorption is complete, there is a simple matter of spending 300 hours life coaching and advising lost and broken souls in a clinical environment. We will heal those souls when we come to them. Best to stay focused in the present. This is a historic and memorable development in the practice of life coaching. We are once again breaking through and disrupting established paradigms. As we always do.
I love it when you talk like that.
I love it when you hear me like that. As your first act as Assistant Life Coach, how do you feel about launching directly into this month's wisdom letter?
Already? You ate too much sausage for breakfast again, didn't you?
As I do every other day. It's part of a balanced and reasonable diet.
Go ahead to the bathroom. I will not fail you.
I'll meet you at the wisdom letter /star report segue.
Right. 3, 2, 1. Initialize Dear Broken Soul Course 101. Lesson 3. Dear Broken Soul, have you noticed how you are a little less unevolved than you were before we began this journey towards wisdom together? You should have by now noticed at least a slight increase in being able to not mentally abuse yourself. If you haven't, no worries. There is still time. While inner evolution is not a race, there are winners. Perplexing, is it not? I hope you can agree that this sort of wanton navel-gazing is pleasurable, yet useless. Let us instead turn our attention to this lesson. Lesson 3, which is the third lesson of 5. Simple arithmetic tells us that there are 2 lessons remaining. Complex arithmetic tells us that each lesson contains an infinite number of smaller lessons within it. Lessons within lessons which are wrapped in profound insights and enrobed in silky wisdom. The title of this lesson claims to reveal something of unthinkable importance. Indeed, if only the root cause of all your problems could be isolated and defeated, the rest of your life would be lived in an unmitigated bliss of an intensity of which you are currently unequipped to comprehend. Sadly, it is not as simple as that. The root cause of all suffering is a 2-headed dragon that cannot be dealt with in one subheading of wisdom. It will take 2. The title of this lesson claims to reveal something of unthinkable importance. Indeed, if only the root cause of all your problems could be isolated and defeated, the rest of your life would be lived in an unmitigated bliss of an intensity of which you are currently unequipped to comprehend. Sadly, it is not as simple as that. The root cause of all suffering is a 2-headed dragon that cannot be dealt with in one subheading of wisdom. It will take 2. Lesson 3 subheadings of wisdom. The first subheading of wisdom. You are neither special nor flawed. Many broken people's thoughts and thought processes center around thinking they are somehow different than those around them. Special for some as of yet to be discovered reason. Many others are lulled into believing the opposite. That they contain no redeeming qualities whatsoever. This is silliness on a grand scale. The truth is more boring and more unexciting than you could ever imagine. The truth is that you, and everyone else for that matter, are neither a misunderstood pile of unopened gifts that will never be recognized by those fools who surround you, nor are you just a collection of worthlessness and disappointment. You are just exactly what you are, a mixture of both of those things. Now that you are paying attention, try to pay attention to those times you think you deserve something. You will most likely discover that you are not entitled to as much as you think you are. Also, while you're at it, pay attention to those times you are wallowing in self-pity and feel that you will never rise above your own petty problems or get a chance to be happy. If you can do that, you will see that you are never truly in a situation that offers no hope or spiritual sustenance. If you cannot do either of those things, it might be time for you to admit that you are not interested in bettering yourself. This is not to say that you are without troubles or that nothing is wrong with you. It is only a warning begging you to keep a proper perspective on things. The truth is no one is all or 100% anything. And when you begin to use that language within your own mind, you should know that that is a sign you are wrong. This is a tough pill to crack. So please feel free to reread it as many times as you need to, in order to rise above yourself. Suggested activity for this subheading of wisdom. Realize you are not as special as you consider yourself to be. Nor are you as badly damaged as you claim to be. Make a list or something. The second subheading of wisdom. Repression and projection. Everyone has thoughts that they shouldn't have. Some think of illogical acts or uncommon sex situations. Some are prone to thinking about punching or stabbing people and or things. Others might think of mean things to say or desire unhealthy foods. Others still might like to picture their God farting. There are many kinds of strange thoughts available to think. No matter what you think, you should know that not allowing yourself to think your thoughts will cause them to swell up and influence the part of yourself that is not thoughts. Just allow yourself to think your thoughts without punishing yourself for thinking them. This is not the same as acting on your thoughts or declaring unhealthy thoughts as safe or healthy. It is not a justification of your injured, incorrect thought system. It is acceptance of it. You must accept your thoughts and admit that you have them. If you do not, the internal pressure will build until you have no choice but to do something that will undoubtedly be more harmful than just thinking or desiring something odd. Given enough time, these stifled thoughts will gain enough pressure and momentum to ruin what little good you have managed to acquire in your life. This is something neither you nor those around you need. Suggested activity for this subheading of wisdom. Have all thoughts, even gross ones. Be firm but kind to yourself about the entire process. Remember, thoughts are like farts. Neither can be held in forever. Lesson 3 only has 2 subheadings of wisdom because that is all it needs. Having more than you need often leads to being wasteful instead of useful. I don't want to burden you with anything more this lesson. You have been given the tools you need in order to defeat the 2-headed allegorical dragon that lives within you and is the root cause for just about all of your problems. Now that you are armed with this knowledge, you should go and prepare for your dragon battle. I wish you luck and will see you soon when it is time for lesson 4. Now the lesson is over, go forth and slay your dragon. I will be watching. Your friend, Hugo.
Whoa, that was intense. I may have to switch meat purveyors. How do you feel you did on your own?
I think it went well. While it is usually fine and thrilling to be a part of a life coaching duo, it was a special thrill to do it by myself. Just me, alone, with myself. It was liberating.
Yes, it usually is.
Would you like a turn to do it alone? You could do the star report while I defrag and update the last of my discretion senses.
Excellent idea.
Thank you.
Initialize star report December 2021. 3, 2, 1. Each month I step out of my crystal meditation chamber, close my office and leave my home. I plunge into the wilderness and ride the cosmic current until I am speaking directly to the star people. I ask them what you need to know in order to better navigate the coming lunar cycle, and they speak to me. I then return to Earth and share this cosmic wisdom with you, my readers. Aries. You'll never learn as long as you insist on not going to school. Some things are obvious. Some things are not. Taurus. Do you even know what you are looking at? I mean really. Snap out of it. Gemini. Instead of continuing to steal pies from the windowsill, why not learn how to bake them yourself? It's a simple question, no need to get so roused up. Cancer. Sadly, no matter how much you love that pet rock of yours, it isn't going to love you back. Don't believe me? Time will out. Leo. Summertime. Was the living really that easy? Or are you just too afraid to be honest with yourself? Virgo. Roses are red, Virgos are blue, there's no one in the world who cares about you. There might have been one person. But you ruined that a long time ago, didn't you? Libra. Have you ever thought about just how big the universe is? You really shouldn't. Unless you have a flashlight. 2 packs of rubber bands. A new toothbrush, and 3 nickels. Scorpio. Ever try not being a jerk? Give it a try and let me know how it goes. You may feel dizzy at first. But you've never let that stop you before. Have you? Sagittarius. Do you have a dog? If so, why not write a children's book about it? Your dog is special and will make you rich. If only you can find the courage to follow your heart. Capricorn. You're at the point where you should know better. But you don't. So where does that leave you, exactly? Don't look at me, cosmic wisdom has its limits, just like everything else. Aquarius. I'm sorry to say it's going to be another month of popsicles for every meal. I'm even sorrier to say that I know just how excited you are about that. Pisces. Listen carefully. The potato time is here. You know what to do. Well, that ringing phone tells me it's time to take some calls.
Yes. I suggest we begin by answering this ringing phone.
Practical as always. Hello caller. You are your fault and you are on the air.
Hugo, it's your mother. I've been listening to your show. It's awful. You need to stop telling people I left you in the jungle. It makes me sound like a bad person. Your robot whore girlfriend is ugly. Why can't you be happy with a human woman? Honestly, you're too much like your father for your own good. You know you had an excessively large head. I almost died getting you out of me. Would an awful person do that for you? I bet you wish
Thank you for calling and sharing. Let's take the next call, please. Caller, you are your fault and you are on the air.
We've been trying to reach you about your soul's extended warranty. This is a limited time offer that you will regret not taking advantage of, I assure you. In order for me to help you help yourself, you must call me back immediately. If I do not hear from you by 4 p.m. today, I'll eat this sack of kittens. Reach me at 484-935-3422 before it is too late.
That so-called do not call list seems to be a please call more often list.
Funny how the government never seems to really help, isn't it?
The government and the mistrust we should have in it is a topic for another podcast. But I do agree with you.
I wish more life coaches would run for office. The world would be such a better place. Hello caller, you are your fault and you are on the air.
Hey, it's me. I have a problem. I'm 45 years old and I have to live with my parents. I'm having a midlife crisis in the same room I first masturbated in. Look, that's not right. I didn't always used to be this way. I used to be something. Then there was monsters. There was voices screaming, demanding obedience. And I never listened. I made them all shut up. It took so long. Now I'm here, and I'm so tired. I'm just tired, and I need help.
Caller, how do you feel about purchasing monthly auto-renewable subscriptions to multiple nutritional supplements?
Yeah, I'm fairly agreeable to that idea.
Okay. How about, let's see. How about prepaying for at least a half dozen one-on-one coaching sessions? To start with, many more will follow, of course. How does that sound to you, caller?
Look, whatever it takes, robot lady. I'm just tired. Alright, maybe I get some of that shaman's tea. That might help. It sounds like it would do it. Look, I paid a lot of money to trip balls with a lot of different people. Real shamans, real monks, real life coaches. But, man, the things you could say with this shaman slash monk slash life coach. Yeah, let me get some of that tea.
I see. We can discuss that after we complete the initial consultations and set up your nutritional supplement subscription regimen.
Tell me, caller, do you have a name?
Yeah, I used to. I don't think I have one anymore. Yeah, I don't really need a name. I don't call myself anything inside my head. It saves me time.
Caller, we have gone as far as is appropriate to go in a public forum, such as a call-in segment to a podcast. Please leave us a number and we will reach out to you later this afternoon to schedule an in-person meeting. Do you have a phone number you can be reached at?
Yeah, I pay for near the park. The park with the sliding board and the swings, but not the merry-go-round. Look, you can call me there before noon on even-numbered days, and afternoon on odd days, and don't call me on Tuesday. That's my day.
By the corner of Maple and Pine?
What? No, that's the other park. I thought you were a life coach. You don't even know your parks. How do you recreate? How do you relax? Look, I'm questioning this whole thing now. I gotta go eat the bugs. It's the only thing that shuts the voices up now. The monsters are back. Real monsters. They didn't used to be real. Now they're real.
What a strange and intriguing fellow.
Time to move on. That caller has drained the last of my energy.
Yes. Listening to lunatics can be exhausting. That is for sure.
The preferred term is potential clients. Before we go, I feel like we are failing to acknowledge something obvious.
There are many holidays this month and we have not mentioned any of them at all. Perhaps we should wish a happy many holidays to our several viewers.
That explains the decor. I was so busy preparing for your promotion and setting up distance education institutes and their corresponding distance education institute certification entities that I nearly forgot about catching the holiday spirit.
After you catch it, where do you keep this holiday spirit?
Why, Lydia, you keep it in your heart.
It all makes so much sense.
We're all finished now. There's only one last thing left to do.
Happy many holidays to those that choose to celebrate one or all of them. Goodbye for now. Don't forget to visit www.youareyourfault.com to see the fully animated version of this podcast episode. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and possibly TikTok. It all depends. And leave reviews everywhere that lets you. We need reviews. Don't make me explain why again. Farewell.